Well, I met this young Japanese girl in 1952 when I was a student at the School of Theology at Boston University. And we struck up a friendship. And I discovered later that apparently there was some murmurings about the fact that I was seeing a young woman interracially. My friend Martin took me aside and told me that I should not take offense or should not be put off by some of the things that he heard they were saying about our relationship. That incident really set him apart for me, that he was somebody special. My friend, a real friend, as it turned out, was Martin Luther King Jr. Martin and I used to play one-on-one basketball in a gym in a church in Boston. And I remember very clearly, he wore his regular shoes, with it sounded like taps on them, but I guess they were just hard soles. And he played in his shoes and socks. But I remember that he once challenged me and said to me that his next basket was going to be for Coretta. He was courting her, and she was a student at the New England Conservatory of Music at that time. And then he did some kind of I like to say a crossover. I know crossovers didn't have crossovers then, but it was some kind of tricky maneuver. And threw the ball up, and in it went. And he ran around bragging about the fact that he had scored over me, who was supposed to be a better basketball player. I still remember the clickety-clack of his shoes when we were playing on the gym floor. According to what his professor said, they were not too impressed with him in the first year, but as time went on, they became impressed with his sincerity and his intensity of trying to understand and a lot of difficult theologies and philosophies. He was really searching for a theology that would prove that not just that he was equal to everybody, but that everybody was equal to everybody. When he finished his graduate work and all he had to do was his dissertation, he then went went to Dexter Avenue Church and got pulled into the civil rights movement by Rosa Parks and the Montgomery Improvement Association. What made him distinctive about that movement is that while that movement just dwelt on integrating the bus system and nothing else, but he, in his speeches, said that you are beginning to make history, and this is the beginning of a movement, and that it's not just Montgomery, it's gonna spread.
And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
In 1968, I was the pastor of Wesley Church in Los Angeles, and I remember my secretary coming into my office crying, telling me that Martin Luther King had passed. Interesting enough, my secretary at that time was white in a black church, and she was weeping. And I remember, all of a sudden, everything. I remembered all the associations I had with him and so forth, and I had marveled from afar all the things he was doing, and I will always sense his presence whenever I think of how far my people have come in the last 60 years.